Every day in the United States, 2,200 children are reported missing. In fact, the Department of Justice recently reported that in 1 year, more than 1.5 million children ran away or were thrown out of their homes. More than 200,000 children were abducted by a family member. More than 50,000 children were abducted by non-family members. And about 115 children suffered a stranger kidnapping. Meanwhile, 1 in 7 children will be sexually solicited online. And before they're 18, 1 in 5 girls and 1 in 10 boys will be sexually abused. These are harsh numbers, but there are also people educating, protecting, and empowering our children every day.
In 1981, 6-year-old Adam Walsh was abducted and murdered from a Florida shopping mall. And his parents, John and Reve Walsh, really took it upon themselves to take this incredible tragedy and make something incredibly positive out of it. And the result was really changing the way the nation responded to missing and exploited children's issues. At the same time that John and Reve were working diligently to try to change the way the nation responded, their very close friends, Lou and Kathy Bavona, were working right in the Rochester area and in upstate New York to also create a response that would help find missing children. The mission of NCMEC New York is really twofold. First and foremost, our goal is to find missing children and help to provide support to law enforcement and professionals that are there in the search for missing children. And the second half of the equation for us is in preventing the sexual exploitation of children and assisting law enforcement in the investigation of the sexual exploitation of children. The services available through the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children New York Regional Office are extensive. They include our case management services to law enforcement, targeted poster distribution on missing children's cases, child victim identification program services, our cyber tip line services through the National Center. They include prevention education classes throughout the community and throughout the state. And they include a wide variety of law enforcement training that takes place not only in our law enforcement training center, but also regionally across all of the New York State. It's important to realize that our recovery rate back in the 1990s was about 62%. And with all of the efforts that are taking place at the National Center right now, our recovery rate has skyrocketed to 97.5%. We utilize the internet, we utilize data resources that were not in existence back in the 90s, and we utilize a network of professionals that have a skill set in being able to find missing children and have a skill set that is unique in being able to support investigations of the exploitation of children. With all that said, and even with a 97.5% recovery rate, there's still much work that needs to be done. Children face new threats every day. And we need to be able to retool our efforts and refine our efforts so that we can provide them with the skills they need to be safer in their day-to-day lives and to be able to manage those new threats that come to them every day.
There are so many ways you can support the work of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children right here in New York. You can volunteer your time supporting one of our many fundraising or educational events. You can donate items to our annual auction and attend yourself with family, friends, and co-workers. And you can donate money to support the work of our staff so we can reach more children and families. You can learn more online at ny.missingkids.com.